Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me in another video. So whenever I think of suede, I immediately think of autumn, I think of fall, I think of Halloween, I think of pumpkin spice lattes, I think of suede jackets and suede boots. Suede is something we typically see every fall season. That's when we see it most often, right? That's when it's most often available at least. But one thing I'm noticing with this spring, summer season is how there's just been more suede, and I think it coincides with a lot of trends that are happening right now. Of course, there's been more interest in boho, Western styles as well. But also, I think as this is a material that it's a little bit more casual, it's a little bit more relaxed. It also, I think, can give in this like very worn in look, like just by simply touching the bag gives it that like textured look. While I think suede is a material that I think looks heavier to me, like it's not something I think of as easy breezy linen and raffia, those like lighter materials. This is still a very soft material, and I see it styled. It's often done in a way that balances out that kind of light, easy breezy cotton, linen, flip-flop and bikinis, that kind of summery look. But today I thought we'd talk about some of these summer suede bags worn this past week, or more so like worn this past month roughly. And this first bag is worn by Dua Lipa, and she is wearing the Gucci B bag. So this is a very large, extra large shoulder bag. It's got that relaxed hobo look. This bag has a lot of these little miniature G's. This style, it's actually from the Sabato di Sarno era, or actually rather, this is a style that he reissued. The B bag is a bag that was famously worn in the 70s by Samuel Beckett as a men's response to the Gucci Jackie. But of course, this is a bag that men and women can wear. It's part of Gucci's hobo offering with like the Jackie and bags from the 60s and 70s. But here we've got Dua Lipa wearing this in more of like this Y2K way with this tiered guest skirt. Really massive bag, but you know, if you've got a lot to carry, the thing is that bag would probably be quite heavy as well, but if you can withstand a bag that big and carrying that much, then you know, go for it. So next we have Sierra, and she's wearing a style from Tory Burch, and this is a style I've been seeing more and more recently. I actually really think this is a nice contemporary option, and this is the Romy from Tory Burch. It kind of reminds me if the Hermes Her bag and this Demilia style bag like had a baby, it would be this. Very understated, relaxed. I think this would make a great work bag, a great cool running errands, you've got a lot to carry kind of bag, and I love it in this chocolate brown. And I also love how she's worn. I think this is like a full-on Tory Burch look here. I love how it's styled in this preppy with like the sweater vest and the shirt, but then also a little bit funkier with like those Tory Burch Pierce shoes. It's a great style from Tory Burch. And next we've got Julianne Moore, and she is wearing the Bottega Veneta dust bag, and this is in the Intrecciato suede in the color amber. I think that's the color, and I think this color looks absolutely gorgeous on her. I love this rust set. Beautiful with her hair and complexion. These warm earthy tones. Love this style. These kinds of dust bag, cinched and ruched bags are very popular this season. I think this is definitely one to consider from Bottega if you are in the market for a style, and I think Julianne Moore looks absolutely fabulous here. Next we've got Chloe Sevigny. So this is a style I've talked about recently, but I wanted to highlight it here specifically because it does match this theme, and this is the Jimmy Choo, the cinch bag. Again, this like cinch trend that we're seeing in this color toffee. Also, a lot of the colors that we're seeing with these suede for spring, suede for summer bags, they're often in these toffee, caramel, sandy browns, very Western, and again, very Western of course with the fringe. But I've also seen other bags. I remember seeing like a Chanel 25 bag, and I think it was in this like purple suede. So you can definitely do pastel color for spring or summer in a suede. I think that also totally works as well. Like a blue suede is gorgeous as well. Even like pastel color would be so fabulous for the season. Next we've got the Prada Galleria in this suede fringe version. Also very on trend with a shoulder bag, east-west proportion. So multiple themes happening with this style here. I also love again how she is wearing it not in this like typical boho or like Coachella or color, Western style. She's wearing a suit and these funky loafers, and I think it just adds an interesting twist to an outfit, something unexpected, and I think that's part of the theme with this trend too. You can wear it in a very on-theme way, but I also think it looks even more interesting when you wear it with an outfit like this. Next, we've got Laura Harrier, and she's wearing the Miu Miu Wander Matelassé in the suede cocoa color. Again, another really popular style that has been going strong for a couple years now, and it also looks like this is a Miu Miu jacket. And Miu Miu, again, has been doing a variety of different brown, toffee, caramel shades with their bags. Of course, great offering with this Wander style. So much selection when it comes to brown. Next, we have here the Valentino. This is the Nelcott bag worn by Alexa Chung. This is in that deeper chocolate brown, but it also comes in tans as well as beaded iterations. To me, this bag is Music Festival, which is kind of perfect on Alexa Chung, but Valentino recently had a whole campaign just featuring this bag, and I've noticed this is the bag that they have been promoting more so. It is a relatively new style for Valentino. Yeah, these were some of the bags that I've seen recently, and personally, I don't actually have a suede bag in my collection. I love to see them. I love looking at them. I think for me, what it boils down to is, while I think it's often been perceived as something that is for like the cooler months, like fall, winter, but like I always think of fall, suede isn't something that is typically normally like waterproof or resistant. The other thing about suede is it's something you kind of want to avoid in the sunlight for long periods of time. So it's maybe not the most weatherproof of materials, but I think it has such a like cool, casual, relaxed feel, which is I think what we're seeing a lot this summer. And it is a material that you can actually use all seasons. And it's also something that I think can be definitely worn outside of the Western or boho trend. But I would love to know, are you somebody that wears suede bags? Do you love it for the summer? Please let me know down below. Thank you so much for joining me in another one, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!